Hey everyone, welcome to the So Far So Good podcast. This is Nisha,
I'm Ekta.
I'm Aryan.
and today we are going to be talking about how to stop caring about what other people think of you.
Oh, interesting topic.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I think this is something that a lot of people go through, right? There's
Everyone
only the
cares what people think about them. So,
to some extent,
to some
right?
extent, yeah.
But and I've always envied the people that just don't, that's what it seems like. Because, I mean, we can talk about it, where do you guys think you are on that scale, right? So I would say I used to be very, I used to care a lot about what people think. And then just life experiences, I'm slowly, like, I don't care as much compared to before. But then there are still certain situations where I do feel. What about you guys?
Wait, are we rating it 1 to 10? I need to know on a
Yeah, do
scale.
you care a lot about what people think of you, or do you not care a lot about what people think of you?
Um, okay, so I think it depends. So, when I was younger, maybe I cared more about what everyone thought of me. Now, I only care what people think of me that I respect. So, like, there are a bunch of like, you meet so many people in your life, and if someone you don't really respect doesn't think highly of you, like, that's honestly a good thing. Like, why would you want them to think what? Like, I don't know, but yeah, I still obviously care if I respect someone and they, I don't know, have a negative opinion of me. That hurts. So
Okay.
if
Do
we're talking about those people, then I would say honestly like an 8. Unfortunately, I'm a people pleaser.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Dang, why do I hear an echo?
We need to fix that.
I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna turn the. It can't be
Maybe
changed
it's just
while
me
recording.
though.
I'm not hearing anything. Wait, who is the echo coming from? Me or the people?
Me.
Oh,
Oh, it's you.
that sounds.
Yeah.
I yeah,
That
but
sounds like a
I
you
don't hear it. But
problem.
I don't hear it.
So it's fine?
Yeah,
Why do
But
I hear it so?
but if
if
it's
it doesn't
annoying you,
bother
you should
you.
fix it. Did you turn on echo
Wait.
cancellation?
Ah, what the heck?
Did you
This
turn
is
on
what
echo
happens
cancellation?
when you don't have a staff to help manage technical stuff. Because
That would be so
we
nice.
can't just keep talking. You know, we have to try to fix it.
Yeah.
It'd be
But
so
maybe
nice to
one
have
day.
like staff that did everything and all we have to do is show up and just talk to each other. Like that is like the ideal. That's my dream job. Like, can we please have that happen?
Wait, let me just I think
Seriously.
if I just lower my audio. Okay. Okay. I think
Okay.
that'll be fine. Okay. What was the question?
Dang. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you care what
Oh,
other
right,
people
right,
think of
right,
you?
right. Okay. Yeah, I think pretty much the same as you. Like, I care more what certain people think. Mostly
Yeah.
people I know already that I have a lot of respect for. But I also do care to a certain extent what like the general person thinks. Like, I don't want to go out in the world and like random people automatically don't like me, you know? It's like I would feel some type of way about that. You know,
Yeah,
if
for
like
sure.
every time you went out in the world, like people just immediately don't like you, then you know, like you're not gonna just be
Yeah.
cool with that. You know, I mean, I don't think we would.
I guess
This,
what I was trying to say was, I, for people that I know that I'm not necessarily close to or don't really like I don't care what they think.
yeah,
I,
I mean, I would say I still want to be liked by the general majority of people.
yeah, I
That's
think you should
definitely
agree with that.
true.
Yeah.
So, and if that's the case, then I think I'm definitely over like a 5 on the general scale, like maybe like a 7, right?
Nice.
Dang, I
But
said
Nice.
8. Didi, what are you
So
saying?
you don't care that much of what people think of you? Is that
No,
what
no,
you're
no.
Oh, you
7 is
care. Oh.
we care.
No, yeah, but people that I really like and suddenly I realize they don't like me. I don't think this has ever happened, but if that did happen, then I would want to know why. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah,
Well,
I
what am I
know. Like,
doing wrong? You know,
yeah.
like, well, you know that. Yeah, so it's pretty much.
What
Yeah.
about you, Didi? You didn't put a number on it.
No, I would say that I'm also under the people pleaser category, right? Like in general, I go out in the world, I, honestly trying to be liked. I do want to be liked,
Yeah.
even by
Oh,
people
I
I
think
don't
I
know.
had like an analogy for this one time. Do y'all remember when I was like, okay, like you have an outfit that you really think you look good in, but then every time you go out, people are like, don't wear that. Like that looks really bad. Like, are
Oh.
y'all gonna stop wearing that outfit? Because I would. I'm not gonna lie. You know?
Yeah.
I I learned recently. Actually, this happens to me in real life, where unfortunately,
Oh no.
where like I've always dressed a certain way, more out of comfort, but like part of me is like whatever. I would rather wear this because I think I would look better in this than if I were to dress up a lot. And now I'm realizing that what other people were saying, mainly Didi and my mom, and just like,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know, I feel like I've heard from other people, like, you should dress like this would look good on you, or whatever. And I never listened to them. Finally, I wore it myself, and I was like, wait, actually, this does look good on me. So now I will try and, you know what I mean? So I feel like I actually wouldn't, unless I felt that that was true, what they were saying. Like, I trust my opinion maybe a little bit more,
And that's a good thing.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
if that makes sense.
But still, like, you wouldn't keep wearing. Yeah, no, but now you start taking their opinion into account. You're like, okay, you
Yeah.
know what? Even though I think I look good, if they who I like how they dress
Yeah.
don't think. Wait. Yeah, but anyways, you know.
Why are you like,
You're not even gonna try to complete
Like-
that thought. You're like, but anyways.
Ryan was
Yeah,
like,
but-
now who?
No, yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying though, but obviously hearing that opinion, I will take it into account. I'm not like,
But
bro.
also, yeah, so like the same thing, right? What if you just wore an average outfit, but then everyone's like, "Bro, that looks so good." Like I'm gonna wear that more often now,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah, I think that works.
So
for
I'm just
me
like,
too.
"Wait, what? Like this looks good? Like let me
Yeah.
keep wearing it." You know? So it's like we do care, you know? It's like we
Yeah.
want to be like, "Oh, like I feel good out here." And a lot of that is because like people think like, you know.
I mean, is it necessarily a bad thing to care what other people think if it's people that you do like and respect? Because I'm not sure that that's a bad thing.
No, I mean,
That's not a bad
nobody
thing.
said it's a bad thing, right? I think
Yeah.
to some extent, it's almost survival. Because
Yeah.
I feel that, at least definitely in the workplace, right? Or even in friendships, if you are liked, then you will move up. Or you have a higher chance of moving up. If you are
Yeah.
liked in a friend group, then you're going to have more friends. They're going to want to hang out with you more. And now it's a different question, like how do you become liked? But it shouldn't be, you shouldn't get so obsessed about it, because you should try to,
Yeah, yeah.
I guess, attract, at least in friendships, don't try to be liked by the wrong crowd. You know, you got to be true to yourself at some point.
At some point, for
Right?
sure.
So actually, I think because the what we're talking about on this podcast is how to care less what other people think, right? If we've
Yeah, oh, yeah.
established, yeah, I know. I'm like, if we've established that it's not a bad thing to care what people that you respect think of you, I think what we need to talk about is how did we get to the point where we don't care what other people think of us? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how do you get to switch to that mindset? Because there are a lot of people that even people they don't necessarily like, they need to be liked by those people.
Yeah, I think this has more to do with our like political or like maybe like our like philosophical views on the world. Like, because I think there's a lot of people in the world that will try to stir you into their perspective or their opinion of the world. And I think in general, people these days are easily like twisted, you know? So if they hear something on social media or they read like a comment on YouTube or they read something on Twitter that someone who's very good at persuading people, then they can
Yeah.
easily be persuaded and they can lose their own like personal viewpoints on things.
Oh.
They can lose the ability to think for themselves, you know? Because there's so many people that are so good at expressing themselves and being so strong in their opinions that you immediately want to agree with them. So I think maybe we're really good at having our own personal set of values and sticking by those values to where when we hear someone else's opinion, we don't immediately want to agree with them, you know?
Yeah.
Our first instinct is like, let me like, but we'll be open about it, you know?
Yeah.
We'll consider it, but it's not like just because they're really good at persuading or they're super strong about their opinion that we automatically agree with it. Do y'all kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I feel like you're saying to not. I feel like you're saying, yeah, you need to work on your own self confidence, and if you have strong
Yeah.
self confidence, then you will naturally just care less.
Or like develop a strong like a strong belief system, you know? Like
Yeah.
develop your own moral code is what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
So in that way, you can't ever be like just stirred to one party or another party or like, oh, I'm a full on Democrat and I only agree with democratic values, you know, or something like
Yeah.
that, you know? It's like your own human being, right? So you need to be confident that you know what the right thing is to a certain extent, you know. You don't want to be arrogant or only believe that you're the only right person. But, you know, that's kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's important because we're not saying stop caring completely about what people are saying, because there might be really good
Yeah.
critical feedback or
Yeah.
important feedback from your loved ones or even a coworker, you know, where they're like, hey, maybe you shouldn't have done that. Or, hey, like that actually,
Right.
whatever you're wearing doesn't give off the right message or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So, like, hear them, but then but then think about it, right? Because you have to filter. You have to have a filter on what feedback you're gonna let affect you,
Yeah.
and what feedback you are going to think through and just be like, nah, that's your
Yeah.
opinion. That's your opinion. I need to be true to myself. That's, you know, I'm not. Don't just do what everyone wants you to do, right? Like, it's
Yeah.
because you might be hearing the wrong voices. So I think that filter is important, and I think as I'm getting older, and this comes from just kind of being around different people, you pick up their energy and you learn stuff from people, right? So being around people of conviction who stay true to themselves, I have now started to, you know, like whenever I do see that this person doesn't like me, or why did they say that to me, initially this is something I'm working on, which is to get better about not immediately let that affect me. But, you know, obviously you start thinking about why did that person say that, and, you know, keep thinking about that, keep thinking about that, and I start kind of just dissecting it, and then I will get to a point where I'm like, nah, screw that, actually that's stupid. The fact that, like, they
Yeah.
have this opinion, they don't like me, fine.
Yeah.
You're not, I don't even want to be liked by you if my values don't align with you. Well, that's not serving me. What?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like you're not helping me. You're not
It's
making
like
my life
you realize,
better.
like, wait, I don't even like you. Like, why do I
I
care?
don't even like you. So
know?
it's like, you know what? That's fine. Then stay away from me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, that's one way I've kind of stopped caring, is having that, like, even having someone to talk through it with, and
Yeah.
getting another opinion, right? Because sometimes I go to Derek and I'm like, did I overreact there? And also, it's important to not just be around yes people. Because I know,
Yeah.
at least with girls, like, we're very like, yeah, girl, oh my God, they were so wrong. And it's like when your friend was in the wrong, you know?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
important to have, like, again, like, some right people around you that you know you can trust to go to, and they will give you valid feedback. Because it's important, right? You can't just be all
Yeah.
on your own.
Yeah.
So,
I,
yeah.
I think it helps to have like strong fundamental beliefs when you have other people that agree with you, which is kind of defeating the purpose. But like for me, like I know I have like y'all, you know what I mean? Like y'all have the same types of beliefs that I do. So if you're alone and you're the only person that thinks a certain way, it may make you feel a little bit crazy, right? That's why like having y'all around, it kind of helps me to be more confident and yeah, I think I was in the right there. Yeah, it's okay that I did this or whatever. But that makes
Yeah.
me kind of like sad because what about those people that are like unique thinkers? Not you know, like how do you get to a point where like they feel okay, but I don't know.
Do y'all think like y'all had a clicking moment in your life where you suddenly realized like, okay, I don't care anymore what people think? Like, do y'all think there was like a moment where you were like, you just stopped caring fully? You're just like, you know what, I'm gonna do my
Yeah.
thing now. Because I feel like everyone matures. 'Cause everyone has that moment at some point where they just stop trying so hard, and they're just like, I'm just gonna do me, you know? Because like if I think about it, I think like so let's think about like elementary school, right? I think elementary school, we're all kind of our own little world a little bit. We have our own little friend groups and like tribes or whatever. And I think in middle school, everyone wants to be the same. That's what I kind of remember about middle school, you know?
Middle
Everyone's
school is the worst.
suddenly all wants to follow like, and even like bleeding into like high school a little bit too. Like everyone kind of wants to follow the same trends. Everyone's on social media now, right? So
Yeah.
now everyone's discovering this and they're realizing, oh, this is what I should be, you know?
Yeah.
Like I need to follow this, and you see all like the popular kids or whatever like following this stuff. So then we start to have like this mentality that like, oh, I need to go buy these clothes specifically, and I need to know, I need to be caught up on like this show or whatever, or I need to be
Yeah.
reading these books. I don't know, you know, stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I think I realized like maybe like halfway through high school or whatever, I'm like, this is actually funny because like watching other people, I was like, the people I respect the most also do not care what anybody else thinks. You know, the people I like
Actually,
the most like
that's true.
are not tuned into any of these trends or anything. They're
Yeah.
just doing them. You know. And I realized like, oh, this is what I respect about it. This is why I like this person so much because they don't care. You know. So I don't want to care either. You know?
Listen, low key, I think that is so true. I didn't know that you felt the same way because I feel like a lot of the people that I truly respect and I admire are almost people that are outside of the norm and they
Yeah.
are so true to themselves. But
Yeah.
here's the thing, they're not jerks. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly.
That's
Exactly,
that's the
yeah.
thing because it's really easy
True,
to
true, true.
go. It's I think it's the easiest route to just be like, I'm gonna be rude to everyone, screw everybody in my life, my
Yeah,
family,
yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what I want, and it's like, okay, then you're just stupid.
Like,
then
that's just
I'm
cringe,
just like,
yeah, yeah.
you know, be nice, be thoughtful. Being thoughtful is an amazing quality to have. Emotional intelligence, let's say that.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
but yeah, like the people that are the most genuine, that aren't like the most people pleasing, but they're just kind. They're just chill to be around.
There's chill, you know. Yeah.
I aim to be like that. I don't think I'll ever be like that. But I will say that that's amazing that so did you feel that in high school, like near the end of high school was when that was your turning point?
Yeah, no, I would start to realize I was like the people I like hanging out with the most are the people that are just chill, you know, like that aren't trying
They
to
were the
follow
emo kids.
or like the people that really like certain things that they do and they're willing to express that and not like hide it or whatever, or are they willing to talk about it, you know, and want to
And-
share it with other people. Like those are the coolest people, you know,
Yeah.
because they're actually good at stuff, you know. They
They're the-
actually have
they're-
like
yeah.
personality, you know.
Yeah.
They're not all like the same cookie cutter people, you know.
They're not just trying to be like everyone. They don't all okay, I'm gonna get canceled for this. They're not the ones just because everyone has a Stanley Cup, they're gonna go get it. Because how basic is that? I'm really
Right.
basic, by the way, but I have avoided getting that. I was very close, but then that was one of those things where I thought about, and I was like, do I want this? Because everybody has it. Like all the cool
Yeah.
it girls have it. But then I thought about it again, and I'm like, that's actually disgusting. Like I
Okay.
want it because other people have it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I want it because like that's the image that's getting portrayed on social media. All the cool girls have it, but that's boring. The people that are the most interesting are people that are pursuing their passions, that can talk about the weirdest thing that you have no interest in. No, not no, like you personally don't, but it's interesting to hear somebody talk about because it's refreshing, right? For me, I would say, gosh, like now I know I'm getting old because it's if I could go back
Yeah, aren't
to
you like
my
30?
young self, right? If I could go back to middle school and high school Nisha self, I would that would be when I would have needed it the most. Like, no,
Yeah.
don't care. It's the people, like your path is so your own, like you don't need to follow what other people are doing or caring what they do. Like do
Yeah.
what you love. Yeah.
I think it's
Because I was
almost-
constantly trying to keep up with trends in high school.
Yeah.
Skinny jeans, so uncomfortable.
But I think it's almost impossible to be that mature in middle school to not care.
Oh, it's really hard, I think.
It's like
Yeah.
it's impossible almost. Like some people maybe are just old souls and they already know, or maybe they have parents that have been such a great example for them to where they're like, oh, they don't care. But honestly, a lot of us, we grew up around people that really cared what society thought of them, And so then you try and do the same. Like that.
We were especially like taking classes with the overachievers, right? We were overachievers. So
Yeah, we cared, Yeah, we're
Yeah.
trying to be up there.
we felt that our value was tied to our grades and stuff, which is, is still really important because I
For
care
sure,
about
yeah.
money and career and whatever.
Absolutely.
So, I would say that for me, the change of stop caring about stuff, about what people think, has come in phases. So, first is with friendships. I just want to be myself. And if that's not what someone is vibing with, then that's a sign you're not my person. You're not my person. Someone else can be your person, but let's not waste each other's time. It's like, that's fine. If we don't get along, well, fine. You're not my person. I'm not going to spend time with you. Move on. Move on. Life is too short. We're so busy. I'd rather just hang out with people that actually genuinely like me.
that get you.
Yeah, and then with work, the other thing is I feel that the stop caring about what other people think of you, it comes with risks and it's scary, right? Because for me, that's without work. I'm constantly like, oh my God, I don't want to get fired. You know what I mean? But I do think I am getting but you got to create a safe space too. So that's why I'm really obsessed with saving and investing, because I want to be risk free in terms of, so at the workplace, I'm no longer scared that, oh, if I say this, will they fire me? Or if I say, I'm not doing crazy stuff, but I want to be true to myself and be real and not be afraid to be real at work. But I'm working towards that. I think I'm getting, and I've felt that the most growth has come from when I've been just not holding myself back about what people think and sharing the opinion, stepping in on the conversation. That's when the growth
I
opportunities
think we've
have
talked
come.
about this before too. Yeah, like the people that make it the farthest career wise are the ones that are just confident in what they believe is right or what they believe is true, instead of worrying about what everyone else might be thinking. That's what holds you back.
Yeah.
It stops you from getting into new projects because you're scared you're going to fail. Versus people that they know that this might, turn out badly, but it could also be such a great learning opportunity for them. I don't know. I think the best way to learn and do anything is to throw yourself in. And if you are too worried about what other people are going to think, you'll never take that risk. That's a huge, huge negative because you'll never grow, and then you'll constantly feel that.
And even with friendships, right? So it's like you have to be willing to take risks, right?
Yeah.
If you want to stop caring about people, because it's scary. And if you're real, then if you make some real comments and give your friends real feedback, if they ask for it, that might cost you your friendships, right? So
Yeah, bro.
you just can't have it all.
That's
Okay.
one thing is I am sometimes I feel like maybe I'm too honest when it comes to giving people feedback. I don't know, like I just can't. If someone is asking for a piece of advice, or if they tell me something that they did, I can't help but want to be like honest with them. And sometimes people just can't take it and they're too sensitive, and that annoys me.
That's the risk right there,
Like, I don't
right?
think I encounter this a lot,
You
where
don't?
people are completely like not like accepting of just your advice, you know? Because like if I was like telling my problems to someone for 2 hours and they listen the whole time and then they give their like honest opinion and I hate them, it's like what? That doesn't make any sense, you
No,
know?
it doesn't make sense. But Aryan, there are people like that where they can't take feedback. And that's and then maybe you worry, oh, if I like I find myself worrying a lot actually, like if I tell them this, am I overstepping and then they're going to hate me now? You know? Even though you don't mean any harm, you're just trying to be
I
honest.
feel like sometimes you gotta like approach it in a way like I'm not you, you know, I don't have all the facts, I don't know everything that you know, but like have you ever considered that there's this perspective, you know, that you're not considering or something like that? It's like I think what steers people wrong sometimes is when like the advice sounds like some is like coming from someone that sounds like they immediately know the whole solution, right?
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
actually, this is what you should have done, you know? It's like, do
Yeah.
you really know though? You know? Something
Yeah.
like that.
I have felt that because I know what we're talking about. It's really scary to, again, be real, open about your thoughts, even with a friend or even coworker, and because they might just you think they're gonna turn against you or whatever. But I, the, it's really hard to do that at first. But then some of the friends that have been open to those things, we've actually come out stronger as friends because that shows that we are willing to listen and hear each other out even when it's uncomfortable and say sorry, forgive each other, and we're still friends, you know, because that makes it easier to come to each other the next time. And it's just those are like some of my longer term friendships, especially ones that I've had over 5+ years. You are gonna bound to have conflict, and you have to be real with each other if you want if those friendships are gonna last, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I find that a lot of people are actually more sensitive, and I need to actually hold myself back. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing for me to learn about myself. Like, not everybody wants your opinion, you know? Not everyone welcomes your opinion, but and I'm not like giving everyone unfiltered advice, okay? I just want to make that clear.
Dude,
Or
I've just stopped giving advice altogether
yeah,
because no one
I don't like
listens.
giving advice.
Especially friends in relationships, they don't listen. And
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I've been wrong. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna support the friend, and if it affects me, then I'll talk about it to them.
I feel like the key isn't to try to provide like solutions. I think the key is to provide different perspectives that they're not seeing, you know? Because I feel like when I listen to like a story or listen to a situation, there's like 3 or 4 possible scenarios that I'm thinking of that could have
Yeah.
happened, or like these are the lines. So it's like making that clear to them instead of being like, oh, this is what you should do. Because I think a lot of times when people just experience something, they're not able to picture in their mind alternate ways that it could have been viewed, you know? So that's where like a friend is very valuable,
It's
I think.
important.
Right?
And I think, people appreciate that. Actually, because think about it. Think
I
about it.
appreciate
If
it.
you had a friend in your life that actually hated you, wouldn't you want to know? Right? Like I would want to know. So maybe kind of like do what, like, would you want that feedback maybe, right? Like put yourself in that person's place. If you want it, then you treat the other person the same way. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing. I want feedback. Like, I feel like I'm not easily hurt by a friend, especially a friend that I trust is sincere to me and actually does care about me. If they tell me something, I'm not going to be hurt by it because I already know it's coming from a good place. But maybe some people, they don't know that, or it comes from a place of insecurity. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I don't know if anybody else experiences this, but like I, as someone who talks a lot, like I feel like I experience this and kind of feel like to make sure people aren't offended, I like kind of hold myself back. I don't know.
I
Also,
think
at some point, you got to read the room, right? You got to read the room because
Yeah.
it's a time and place, right? At some point, because I get tired of hearing just drama, like
Yeah.
it gets tiring. Just get it out. You know,
Yeah.
we're all adults, and if that person isn't able to take what I have to say, then it's just like fine.
dude, but also like at the same time, like recognize when advice is really needed. Because sometimes like maybe someone's venting to you after like a hard day and you realize they're wrong. But they've had like a really rough day, you know? I'm not gonna start being like, you did this wrong and you did this wrong and you should have done this. I'm like, bro, like, you know, like let me just chill out, you know? Like I'll just be like,
Yeah.
dang, like yeah, that really sucked. Because sometimes that advice is not needed. They're not asking for it, you know? They're just trying to let like all
Yeah,
the
it's like
stuff that happened to them out, you know?
Like for
agree with
example,
you there.
like the outfit situation, right? Like you can't just be talking crap about people or negatively, like it's just rude, right? So be nice, be genuine. Don't like, what if someone's just wearing a dress and they feel beautiful in it, and then
Yeah,
you're like,
then
Yeah,
you
we're
have
yeah.
you're
no
like,
reason to say anything.
you're
Yeah,
like, why?
yeah.
Like a comment, like, why are you so dressed up today? It's like, or like
Bro,
something
yeah.
weird, you know? Like, it's just, anyways, you know. Okay,
Yeah.
guys, so we don't have that much time, but there is one quote that I really like that I have come to again and again is, those that matter don't mind, those that mind don't matter. You know,
Walt Disney.
it's like, oh dang, already knows. I
Dude,
just
you don't
really-
even know what the.
I don't know.
Wait, where's that?
I can't give people credit. Right?
Yeah, that's a very good one.
That's a heavy one. Okay, so I went on Reddit, all right, because we don't have all the life experiences, but the people on Reddit do. And I put in the question, and there's like, basically this person has like 2,000 likes, and this is like what they've learned. He or she, I would like to share 4 principles that you can use immediately to stop caring about what other people might think about you. So if you have low self-esteem and constantly modifying your language and behavior in order to get people to like you, this is for you. So I'm just gonna say like it's 4 things, and we can maybe each of the stuff we can, if someone has something to say, we can say. Number 1, allow people to come and go out of your life as they choose.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Because if you try to hold on to someone, what just happened to me?
Did you
Sorry.
just throw up?
Did I
Like,
just like throw up? Okay, anyway.
you are.
try- You try to hold on to people in your life that are constantly giving you like difficulty, like that it's not easy for them to stay in your life.
Yeah.
That's where the stress comes from. But if you're okay with letting them go, your life will be much easier.
I mean, toxic relationships, right?
Yeah.
You,
Get it?
you-
Yeah.
that's such a bad spiral to be in, where you will essentially bend yourself,
Lose
your
yourself.
truth, your mind to be what someone else wants you to be.
Yeah.
How sad is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, be okay with letting people just in and out of your life.
And I think that's where I am. That's where I am, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody wants to go, I'm fine. I'm
Yeah.
fine. Okay, number 2. Allow people to think whatever they're going to think.
Yeah. You can't change that.
It's
can
not your
you?
control.
But what is this? Allow people? It's not like you can't allow them. Like I'm confused.
I mean, don't try to like persuade them, you know? That's what
Yeah.
they're trying to say. Like let them believe what they want to believe, you know.
Yeah, you don't have to correct every single little thing, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I meant this. Oh my God, no, I meant
Yeah,
this.
yeah, exactly.
Every single time. Like,
Yeah.
I think confrontation isn't always necessary. In fact, I try to avoid it as much as possible because I don't want to be telling people how to behave. Because honestly,
Yeah.
who do I think I am to do
Yeah.
that? You know?
Exactly. And you guys got it right on this. But yeah, it's basically let people have their opinions. Let people see you the way they want to see you. Let people judge you. Make commitment to yourself to release all attempts to control other people's thoughts, opinions about you. And honestly, when I read this, doesn't it seem very freeing?
Yeah.
You know? It says you're not here to be some watered down version of yourself that makes everyone happy.
Yeah.
You're here to step deeper into your uniqueness, your authenticity. This is how you best serve yourself and the world. So
Guys,
many
even
people in
doing
this
the
world.
podcast, did y'all ever feel like, oh, I don't know if I necessarily want to put our conversations out there? Like, was that ever a thought for y'all, or was that easy? Because it was definitely a thought for me. Like, I was thinking, like, well, in the beginning, I was thinking, I don't necessarily want people I know to listen and then be like, what do they think they're doing? Like, do they actually think people care what they're saying? Like, stuff like that. And then I realized, like, I don't care because it's something I want to do, you know?
Yeah.
It's something that's fun for us to do. And I'm so glad we did it because I genuinely think it even, like, helps our relationship and strengthens our relationship, which is way more important than
Honestly,
what anyone else would think about
I do it for me now. And exactly, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, if someone has a problem with something that I said, have that opinion. But and if you want, bring it up and we can talk about it, right?
Dude, I'm like, yeah, at least you listened to the podcast. I was like,
It's like, thank you for listening.
you got that far? Like, okay, let's talk.
In fact, I feel like we've gotten some really good support from
Yeah,
really
for
good
sure.
friends.
For
Like,
sure.
you know, like there are some real ones out there. Okay, shout out to you guys for listening, and
I
I'm
think
so I
people-
love hearing feedback. Like, don't say that. It's like, oh god.
friends that will listen to our podcast and, like, give us positive feedback, or even if it's negative, just like if they would listen to our podcast, like, I feel really grateful to them.
Yeah.
You know, it's like another level of support.
Yeah.
And I love
Giving
that.
us a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then and now I just I you know, I think we need to get better about publicizing it, but again, because I'm doing this for myself, I don't really care, you know, but I
Yeah.
welcome when people naturally want to listen to it.
Yeah.
I'm just not a person that's going to be like,
feeling.
here's my mixtape. Although that's fine, you know, whatever.
I mean, although that's probably good for, like, if we want to grow our podcast.
And the thing is, I do care about growing our podcast.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I think we're interesting. Okay, this one is really interesting because it kind of confused me a little bit. Number 3, put everything on red. RED. Remember death.
Wait,
It says,
what?
it says keep death close. Know beyond any doubt that you're going to die and live your life accordingly. Ooh. So it's like, so what are you waiting for permission to do? And what's risky about taking a new bold step in this direction? The possibility of failure, embarrassment, disappointment, take on willingness to experience these things despite how unwanted they might be. Decide that this is a worthwhile risk. Just doing what you want. If you're going to die soon, and you had a few weeks or month to go, what would you do? You wouldn't live your life trying to please others, right?
Yeah, like, if you know you're gonna die soon, why would it matter what anyone thinks before you? You think the week before your death, you're gonna be like, I hope everyone, blah blah blah. It's like, no, you're gonna do what you want. Yeah.
YOLO. That's
Yeah. I
Drake.
like that. It is important. It's so sad to think about, but it's also so important. Okay, Aryan. Yeah. Or YOLO.
He already taught us these lessons and we just weren't
He already
listening.
taught us these
Yeah.
lessons. Yep.
No, that's actually huge, right? Because we think everything is permanent, but it's not.
You think, like, the world has ended if you, like, do something, and it's like, no, it hasn't. You just have to remember, like, you're just such a small piece in this whole world. And
Do
there's
what
so
makes you
many other
happy.
people out in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all that matters because everyone just cares about themselves, right? They're not going to care about you.
They don't
Okay.
care about you as much as you care about yourself, like, honestly.
True.
Okay, and then the last one is take yourself and your life seriously. Sometimes we can come under the impression that we don't matter. You know, like, and I don't know, maybe your voice, our lives don't matter, that we don't have any significant value to offer to the world. That would be a mistake. When a human being is given the right conditions, they mature into fuller, more evolved versions of themselves. Yeah. Yeah. So that's.
Oh, I like that. The first part of that, like, take your life seriously. You know?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't take
your
their
life
life
serious.
seriously, yeah.
Don't wait on other people to give you that validation. Like, you gotta have
What
your
does
own
that
back.
mean? I'm actually not sure. Take your life seriously, like put a lot of energy and like
We could do
so
it
are we saying
like.
like put a lot of care into yourself and
I think,
improving
like,
your life?
recognize the value of your life, like, cherish your life, like, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I also take it as, like, don't waste your life, you know?
Yeah.
Don't waste
Yeah,
it
that's
trying
what
to
I'm
be
thinking.
something else, you know? Something like that.
Yeah, maybe it's almost, think of your life almost as a gift, right? You've been given this gift, and
Which it is.
Exactly, and God's just given you do whatever the heck you want with it, right? And so the way I take your life seriously is do it for yourself, you know, like what you care about, the hobbies you have, like prioritize that, you
Explore
know.
your interests, things like
Yeah,
that.
kind of like, you know, like we work so hard at work, we'll work hard at your life too, right?
Yeah. I like
That's
that.
what it comes down to.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's what it comes down to, really.
That's what I'm
Stop
saying.
looking so
That's
proud.
what
Oh
I'm
my God.
saying. All right, guys. All right. Okay. Any last thoughts? Because we're over time now.
No.
No, we
actually.
covered everything. I love
Yeah,
that.
we did cover everything. Okay, cool. All right. Well, hopefully people found that useful. And thank you all so much for listening and continue to support us. And we really value literally every person that listens to our podcast.
Of course.
You know, and we will always do, like, it's just the craziest thing. Okay. Well,
I do have a last statement. That's it. I'll
I
end
gave
it.
you an opportunity.
I know, but then I thought about it later. All right. So we're just going to end it off with take care of yourself because you
Okay.
matter. Because you matter.
Yes. Yes.
Take care of yourself, for sure.
Yeah. Because
Take
you
it
matter.
easy.
All right. Have a great weekend. Bye, everybody.
That's how we said. All right, peace.
All right, you just in. All right, fine. Bye, guys.
What? Okay. All right. Bye. Way to invalidate.